chat doesn't work. I'll just bring it up on the other screen. Alright, we're here with more Metal Gear Solid 2. Not 2. More Metal Gear Solid TOO. The Twin Snakes. This is just like Danger-esque. Danger-esque 2, I mean. 'Cause there's 2. As in, you're also Danger-esque?
Danger-esque.
So, I'll get started in a bit, but let's go into special and look at the camera. See if there's a ghost in that picture.
Yeah, I think there's...
You know what? I didn't even put it. I have to change the fucking... I have to put the game back up, because I fucking streamed other shit.
Oh, right. You're using a specific capture, right?
Yeah, usually. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
Alright, so memory card. Oh, there's a ghost there. That's Miller. I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
Why is Miller's ghost above Meryl? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Well, I mean, technically, he's dead.
I mean, yeah, I know that. But why would he be there?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I can hit the A button to exercise. Or maybe not exercise. I don't actually know how to... what any of this... Oh, yeah, exercise. Get the fuck out of here, Miller. Your time is past. So I can exercise... I don't even know what that does. Why would I want to save the changes on that? No, well, all I did was take an interesting photo and then make it really boring. Alright, let's get going. I haven't fucking looked. There's video on your end, right? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there's video on your end?
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of video.
Okay, cool. Let's get fucking going.
Let's do this.
Let's see, 2020, normal 6-8.
Funny thinking about saves in 2020 like this.
I still play games, like plenty of games that would save like this, so it's just pretty usual to me. I'm gonna put the body
I just think
armor.
that, like, there's no part of me that would have imagined using, like, a GameCube memory card interface in 2020.
Okay. It's right there. Let's see if I can go the hard way. Oh, I think somebody's already fucking alerted.
Yeah, that dude collapsed on top of the grating.
Go the fuck to sleep. Okay, like I said, let's see if I can do it the hard way. Also, what is this? Okay. So I think what made this hard, the original, is that you couldn't sidle and duck at the same time. So
Yeah, you
it's
had to
not
stand.
really, yeah, it's not really the hard way anymore. Because you could just do that. So I'm not impressive, anybody. Is it really only 2 guards in here?
No, there should be a third, I think.
Well, wherever the fuck he is, he ain't here. At least in my immediate vicinity.
Yeah, it looks like there is only 2. You're
Maybe
playing
it's
on normal,
for,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right,
it's
I'm wrong.
for when you have to go back if you don't know about the shit that doesn't force you to come back.
Right.
Maybe there's a third dude then. I think I died for this ration in the original because it was like placed awkwardly. I just fell in.
Oh yeah, because Snake just goes.
Yeah, he just like slips right the fuck in. I got steamed. That's your. That's the clue in 2020 that this game is gonna show up on Steam and make several people high. Which I wish there were the older Metal Gears on computer or modern computers. That is.
I mean, the money is there. People would pay it.
Yeah,
Um,
I would. Easy.
I would like to see Metal Gear proper 60 frames per second, because that game really struggles on PS3.
Which one?
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, okay. There's stuff over here.
Did I say 3? I think I said 3.
You said 4,
Okay.
which is why I was confused because, as far as I know, from each time I've spoken to you about that game, you are not kind.
No, it's a terrible Metal Gear. It's not good. But I think the gameplay is all right, and I think
So
that
do
it
you want
running
that at
better.
60 or 3? Because you've mixed up numbers twice now.
Yeah, no, I want 4 at 60 frames per second.
Okay.
Because 3 runs fine. I love these fucking nerds.
Alright, it's time to bop these guys. Honestly, I just prefer chucking people because it's just really easy. Ow.
I thought there were 4 for some reason.
I also thought that there were at least more than what I just took out. That encounter is, again, way longer in the original.
I just love how in this version, these 3 dudes just run up there and they're all like, let's go! There's no subtlety.
Yeah. It's weird having my radar here. I'm
Aren't there
thankful I have my
landmines
radar
here?
here.
No, that's when you come back.
I do not want to come back.
Seriously, that change is the biggest quality of life improvement they could have done to this game. Hello, hi.
Oh, that one took a crap.
Snake,
We've managed
I've
to
got something
avoid
to tell you about
drowning.
Naomi Hunter.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI,
Yeah?
and then going undercover to investigate the Mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied?
She might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah?
At the time when Edgar Hoover was head of the FBI, there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 50s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York.
But
You better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying. That ninja. Too many strange things are happening.
are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
It's funny that he doesn't mention any of the terrorist superpowers as funny business.
Right. Because that shit's just expected at this point.
It's like, no, that's normal. Ninjas, though, what the fuck? That's pretty fucking wild.
Well, I mean, it is like a cyborg ninja, and that is pretty wild.
I feel like that's less wild than a man shooting a crow into somebody's head and then paralyzing them.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen yet.
God, well, it's gone. He knows. He fucking knows. Or what other bosses did I fight? I don't know. Everything about Sniper Wolf is pretty fucking weird. I'm gonna go in and do a cutscene, and then all my
Okay.
rations are gonna be frozen.
What's that?
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you, right, my friends? They're becoming excited. Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Ah, your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
There's no crows in my family tree.
You ready? I am not fond of snakes, but you are family, so I cannot complain. But there will be no holding back. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics.
With that strength, you must have been training in the stick pull and four-man carry.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It's an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we will see if there is iron in your words.
I really appreciate the Raven referee there. I almost said the Raven refugee there, which could be accurate considering we're blowing everything up here.
I'm surprised your rations starting to get frozen.
Yeah, I'm keeping them on me so they don't. At least I think that's how it works.
I think it slows it down, but this place they will freeze eventually.
Hit the mine, dude. Ow. Okay, where did I put that last mine? Okay, there it is. Ow.
Oh.
So yeah, I would rather just put down my assortment of mines first, and then get to the fucking missile. Although I don't know if he's blowing them up or not. It's kind of really fucking hard to tell. So this fight, I appreciate the most. Though that cutscene made it seem like it would be something completely different.
Right. Also, not having the missile like on the mini-map or anything makes it a little tough for me. Or having the mini-map adjust for it. But whatever. Oh, shot it. Holy shit. I forgot he. Oh yeah. I don't know where he is. just walked into a mine, though.
Yeah.
I love seeing the delay. I'm hearing you play the game, but I'm not hearing the sounds from your mic.
Ow. I made a mistake. God damn it. Could you chill out for like a little bit, buddy? Well, he hit a mine, so that's cool. Okay, where's my bucket? I don't want to slam into another one on accident.
Man, you can hear him really straining in this version.
Yeah. Though, like, makes sense considering he has exploded his leg several times. Those mines are doing so much better work than I am. Oh, he's that way. Oops. God, I wish I could switch between these items way better.
Yeah,
Oh,
this menu was really clever to me when it first was introduced, right?
Just as the boss said, it is my existence which is no longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you. Understand? Snake, take this security card. It will open that door.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss, you are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man you saw die before your eyes. That was not the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself. But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death? But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. natural world, there is no such thing as boundless slaughter. There is always an end to it, but you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. No matter how far you go, or how many corpses you crawl over, the killing will never end. It's a future without hope. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
Snake, it's me.
Master?
It's about Naomi. Turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi?
Damn.
Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage this operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So, you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
A different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest, Colonel.
What?
She's betrayed us, Colonel. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
Colonel, have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the ArmsTech president?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
All right. I just heard something drop. I'm gonna
I
go
think
do
the
something.
dog tags go back to the cart. Back to the corpse.
That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know where his corpse is. There it is. Why did he die all the way over here? Why do we have to go back to the entrance for this to happen? Oh, I forgot about this area. Traps. My eyes are bleeding. There's actually a dude here. Wild. Sorry, buddy. You too. Get owned. You thought you could just peek over the ledge and witness my murder? No. Let's see, what is over this way? Yeah, this room is completely different, because in the original, it's 100 billion gun cameras. And it sucks.
You know, I wonder if they took that out because of memory constraints with the GameCube. I mean, I remember playing on PlayStation, and that room slowed down the system a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I think part of the problem is that they were.
A cutscene. Okay, go ahead. Give me some of those. No, I didn't want to get in the ooze. This is the worst looking part of the game, is the reflection off of this water here. And why did he do that?
Well, you know.
Is there a thing to crawl under here? But you can't fit that. Does this just exist for that fucking rat to pop out of? That's probably
Yep.
what it is. I should be allowed to put a landmine there to bypass that part.
Well, guess what, buddy?
Dude, if that's real, are you telling me that's real, or are you telling me that I'm gonna get fucked anyway?
You can set, I think, a mine
Snake.
there.
I don't
It's
have any
me.
more.
What's wrong? Did you
Oh,
find a good
no.
place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking.
That I
Where
forgot
are
to
you
tell
now?
you about.
Right in front of Metal Gear. But it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, no mechanics. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys. And besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course. But there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
That line's really funny. Pretty sure I don't have... I could put a book down and the rat could get distracted by whatever her face is from Eternal Darkness. Do like immediately above me.
Is there somebody there?
There's somebody there, oh man. Guy.
What was that sound?
This guy's about to get rocked. Whoops, I missed. In a little bit. Eventually. He's been rocked.
Huh?
I just want to walk places. This dude is also gonna get rocked because he'll get all distracted. He'll be like, a comrade has fallen. And then that'll be my time to strike. All according to plan.
We've clearly reached the part of Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes where you have stopped giving a fuck.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I've never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
The thing about me not giving a fuck is that I'm actually playing better because I'm using these dumbass workarounds to not get caught. Because they're like, oh shit, there's a dude here. That's supposed to be bad. God, would they stop calling me?
Snake, I did it.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one up until now?
Because of the missile's rocket propulsion system. It would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Because of that?
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
It would push back the signing of the START III treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested. Only simulated.
You mean with VR experiments?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me. Damn.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So, you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Alright. Let's see how much longer until he calls me after I take like 15 steps. There's a camera down here that I might as well get rid of if I can see it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck you. Ugh! There it is.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Let's just keep giving him a little bit longer, over and over. Always a little longer, more longer, Godicon.
I like how he always calls to tell you information that Snake legit does not give a shit about.
Yeah. Alright, we're in cutscene now.
Enter the PAL codes and disengage the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No. There's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss? Liquid.
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the President will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? All for money?
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox-Die vaccine in our demands.
Fox-Die? It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president, so it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either, perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with amphetamine and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
In any case, have you heard from your friend Colonel Sergei Golukovich at Spetsnaz yet?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? That Golukovich, he's no warrior, he's a politician.
Maybe so, but he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power, and we're going to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? Fighting the whole world? From here, we can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Gulukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, you can call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the ArmsTech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top-secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So, how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see, the override system that the President was talking about, it can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
You need the keys for input. 3 of them.
But I only have the one. Where are the others?
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes. It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. You input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake. Who's that?
This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake. You've got to get that key.
Okay, let's go get the key.
That whole sequence.
Let's see. Okay. Hope I didn't mystically bypass some trigger. Well, shit, I picked up a time bomb instead.
Did you find the card key?
No, it's not here.
Don't be ridiculous. You saw it fall into the drainage ditch, didn't you? The drainage ditch. Isn't there something odd about it?
No, there are a lot of big rats, though.
That's it, Snake. A rat must have eaten it.
Now who's being ridiculous?
No, I'm right. There's no other possibility. Rats eat all sorts of things. There's nothing unusual about that.
Get the shit out of here. Okay, so I think this is just straight up different from the original.
You missed the going all the way to the other vent.
I didn't want to go to the other vent. Why would I have needed to go to the other vent?
I think you could beat the rat to eating it.
I am really not sure about that. I just need to get the rat, as far as I know. Either way, I don't fucking know how to lure this rat out. Or like where it comes from. I kind of would rather they have just kept this the same as the original. Because you just pick it up. Oh, there it is.
The rat can eat it in the original as well.
Oh. Well, I'm just gonna sit here with the fucking sniper rifle for this rat. But yeah, in the original, I just picked it up. And there was no rat involved. Like, how would you even get rid of the rat in the original? That sounds like a real gigantic hassle.
Snipe it, use C4.
Like, isn't this still incredibly stupid? It's a rat!
I mean, yeah, but you know, it's...
There's no excuse, it's dumb!
Just snipe the rat.
It's a rat! Does it need to get sniped?
Yeah, sure. You know, it's got the card key, national security.
Like, we're on a stealth mission. Snake still thinks he's kind of incognito, even though he just got yelled at by the bad guys. But nobody's coming after him. And during none of this is he thinking, why, you know what? Why am I sniping this rat? Or why am I using a bomb to demolish this rat?
And how does the PAL card survive that?
Like,
it's a super PAL card.
Well, that thing already got shot, apparently, so at that point he's probably like, oh, whatever. But does the rat need to fucking get goddamn jibbed?
I mean, you could have used the tranquilizer rifle if you'd found it. If
Well,
you found it.
how would that work out if I put it to sleep? Also, that dart is the size of the rat. Like, let's be realistic, that thing would die.
No, the rat's fine. You hit it with a tranq dart. Instantly okay.
Alright, so... Whoa, game freaked out for a bit there. What, the order's like room temp, then... Where's the card in my fucking inventory? Seriously, Snake, why aren't you like, hey, why aren't they laughing at me from this room? Why'd they just leave it? Oh, I guess I'll just keep going.
It's part of the illusion.
Okay, that takes care of
Bless
PAL
you.
code number 1.
Thank you.
Now, PAL number 2, freeze the key.
Alright, so we're gonna emulate the old version, and I'm gonna walk all the way back to the refrigerator, and it's gonna be great, and everyone will love it. I hate that these are two discrete loading areas.
It's funny because in the original, this was like 3 discrete loading areas because there was this floor, the floor below it.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying. So, I think those pipes are on the east side. I don't entirely remember.
Yeah,
You gotta,
they are.
like, drop down to them or something.
Yeah, you have to shimmy over to them somehow.
I just don't remember where they are. Because I can't.
There's a cable that I think you can catch on to.
I just need to know where they are. Like, physically. I need to see where my end goal is.
Okay, go back to where you were. And turn around
Which
camera.
where I were.
Near the stairs.
Let's see here. Why is my memory telling me that they were over there? Because they're not. Okay, I'm running back to the stair. Which stairs?
You're near where you need to be. Now turn around completely and look.
Turn around where? Oh, is it that platform over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a cable that you can use to make it over there.
Let me see. I can just drop.
Yeah, I just dropped from there.
Everyone's like, Snake, why aren't you heating the shit? Snake, would you move? He doesn't want to move. That's kind of dumb. I hit the wrong button that time, so that's also kind of dumb, but from a different source. Ugh. Almost got owned. Okay, if I want to freeze the key, I should use the steam, right? This is stupid, but I appreciate it so much. Because this saves so much time. Even with the fumbling for where is it? So it's only a small momentum killer as opposed to just like a, are you for real?
I was so fucking good at making the run back and forth in MGS1.
These things have to have like fucking special electronics that go like, yeah, I'm okay if you put a super cooled fucking piece of equipment in me. Or yeah, I'm okay if you put a melted piece of plastic in me, whatever.
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
Everybody who's watching this on the super security camera that Snake can't detect, they're just laughing their asses off.
And then they're also like, oh, that's what we were supposed to do? Oh, okay. Wow. Huh. Funny.
I think they're also laughing at the fact that Snake is pathologically required to repeat everything that he's doing out loud.
Okay, the Oh, hell yeah, I have grip level 2 now.
Snake, it's about
Yeah.
Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox dye? Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah?
Well, apparently Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure, but he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay. I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages toward the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So, it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Is that all you think about?
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Alright. Let's go back and then get the fucking party started for the rest of the game. Ah! Getting called!
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know anything. My parents' faces, my name... The name and ID I have now I just bought. But the reason why I study genetics, that was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox.
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He is everything to me. The only proof I have of my existence. Of my existence as an individual.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who's he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom. This America. But then he and my brother went back to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor. and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Grey Fox for his genome experiments.
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterward, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that Grey Fox, he's come here to kill me.
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox. Naomi, tell me something.
About Foxdie? Foxdie is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Foxdie contains smart enzymes, created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then, they cause a heart attack.
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Foxdie.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Foxdie as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that... No. That's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing that I wanted to tell you was... Snake...
Hey! What are you doing?
Snake...
Naomi?
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Foxdie was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Fuck, man. Each time that there's a really long conversation, there is a noticeable pause of me figuring out where I left things on my lap. I'm gonna go to heat that key, and they're gonna be like, actually, there's a Kodak conversation right before you do it.
Probably.
Snake's gonna shoot a screen in anger, and nothing will happen. What a shame. Alright, last key. I can't help myself. You want to know what the symbols stand for?
PAL code number 3.
Cold as winter, room temp is fall, and hot as summer.
Really?
Detonation.
No, I made that up.
Okay.
Ready for launch.
No. Why? I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when I decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
Well, for starters, I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. We thought we'd get the info from you, but there was Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come to where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid! How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
I got this big stupid grin on my face. It's so dumb. Alright, I've probably gotta call Otacon or some shit.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Alright, I gotta hold on for a minute, so I guess I can chill now. Ah, damn! Master Miller's dead. Oh, he did it already.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Liquid!
Snake, did you like my sunglasses? Oh, you'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. You performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked? You've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Armstech president and Decoy Octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us, so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged along with bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox Die.
Fox Die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Die's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder, maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Die's program. Oh well, doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Die vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Yeah? Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Armstech president and Decoy Octopus were killed by Fox Die. But Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all of the old man's dominant genes. I got all the flawed, recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
So you're saying I'm the dominant one?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Ha! Love? It's hate. His choosing me, knowingly, to be the inferior one? For this, I want revenge. You don't even understand this. You, who could kill your own real father. You stole my chance for revenge. Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. You missed your last chance. You'll regret that forever.
Snake! Come! Kneel down and sacrifice yourself to this historic weapon! Consider it an honor! A gift from your brother!
Now!
You shall bear witness to the demon weapon that will drag the world
into the 21st century!
Alright, I'm gonna call Otacon because I want little Metal Gear facts, because he fucking designed it, come on.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed and shut off from the outside environment.
He's not using his naked eyes.
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, it won't be able to use its electronic equipment.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah. Try to hit that radome with a Stinger missile.
So will that stop it?
No. Rex was designed so it can be controlled manually, too.
Oh, great.
The part that looks like a beak is where the pilot seat is. In an emergency, it will open up. Rex's armor is perfect. You can't destroy it.
You told me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
I get it. First I destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot seat.
Right. If you could shoot a missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point?
It's not a weak point. More like a weakness. People and weapons just aren't very appealing without a weakness of some kind. Don't you think?
I guess so. I owe you one, Otacon.
I think Otacon might be the dumbest motherfucker to have ever lived.
This is why you don't let Otaku do anything.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
I mean, I know it works out for you know, being able to win the game, but damn, dude. Whoops. Ow. Oh, that punched me right in the emulation. This is way easier to manage than the original fight. Thank goodness. Except for the part where it isn't locking onto what I needed to. There we go.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about losing here. And thankfully, each time you hit it with a missile, it does what feels like a much more respectable amount of damage than when I was fucking hitting the Hind, which doesn't have the armor that this thing does.
Look, the Hind is a supercopter.
Well, you know, and that one didn't even lock on, so good enough.
It looks like you did disable the machine gun on one side, though.
Oh, I didn't even mean to.
Did that do it? Damn!
Nice try, Snake!
Hurry! Get away! Gray Fox!
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
So it is you.
You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi.
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her, too. Oh, I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
Outwardly, we may have seemed like contented brother and sister. But every time I looked into her eyes, I trembled with fear. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds,
We use Royal Harriers!
Fox! How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal! He destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox. But now you're finished!
Now, fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
I'm definitely gonna shoot. I'm doing it.
It's no good. I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it.
I've got this.
I can't do it. I can't shoot. I can't do it. No. I can't do it. No. I can't do it.
Look, these Stinger missiles apparently have the blast radius of a small fart. You can totally do this, Snake.
I can't do it.
Die! Fox! Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake. Farewell.
Foolish man! When death is entreated, the battle is decided. You see, you can't protect anyone. Not even yourself.
What a fucking video game. Oh, this is a wrong gun. Yeah, those missiles track way harder in the original.
Yeah, you had to use chaff at this point.
Yeah, it was really annoying. I should call Master for help. I don't know if I can do this. Oops. And down he goes.
Snake! I'll crush you into dust! Sleeping late as usual, eh, Snake?
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die. As long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict, new hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing, that's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace. Oh, it reflected such vitality.
You're wrong.
There is a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was a man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the Super Baby method.
Super Baby method?
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But unlike us, they carry it digitally. With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted using gene therapy into the members of the Next Generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing right and left are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers?
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers, and they were born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments. Huh? 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First, they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and anti-sarin injections, they were all just to cover up the secret genetic experiments.
So the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the Genome Soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We're on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The Genome Soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives is inscribed in our very genes.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the Genome Soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then, I'm going to go beyond, in order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl? Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name?
I have a name.
No. We have no past, no future. If we did, our fate is nothing but what is determined in the genes we inherited from our father.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Foxdie.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me!
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Foxdie. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence, along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may be only a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Meryl was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You'd better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. Huh? What are you doing?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it!
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Hausman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he is a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
The President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Damn it! You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief is already dead.
So you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. You're just the lingering ghosts of a system that is no more. Well, do try to get along in the time you have left before the bomb.
Oh, there's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything from me. I shall nullify you and your genes, and I will take them all back. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? This will be the time limit for our final battle. When death comes for this girl, this nuclear module shall vanish from this world as well. If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. And if you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it'll kill even you. How about you, Snake?
Alright, I'm gonna hit B the best I could possibly ever hit it.
Very excited.
Get back here, you fucking... you piece of shit.
You should try to do the jab method.
Got his thing. Every time I've tried to do that, it has never worked. Like that. Oh, I got punched. Oh, I can't heal, so I will definitely be careful. Oh!
Is that all?
This is way easier than the original, also. Oh, he just went through me.
I know, you got him at half health, though.
Like, he was a lot saucier on that PlayStation. Liquid, you suck. Damn, dude. You're an embarrassment. I think they made this one way too easy. Oops.
Snake!
Snake? Is that you? Snake, you're alive. Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, you must have been terrible.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my codec.
Snake, it's me. It looks like you stopped Rex.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right! You saved her, man! Good job!
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No, it's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know? Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where is Otacon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah, and I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too. Snake.
Meryl. It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up! Hurry! Looking good, Snake. Hurry!
Alright, we playing.
Oh shit, finally.
Him getting his clothes back, it reminds me of that part in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie where Rocket's like, he's like, they balled up my they threw my clothes into a ball, that's rude. They folded yours. Oh, I don't have any guns? Fuck this.
No key.
Oh, there's no key. Which one has the key, Meryl? How many rations do I have? Only 2? Aw, damn, I'm gonna die. Alright, Meryl, let's go. I'm getting shot. I would love to get it. This man is inside my car. Can I please, let me try aiming first person. That is much better. Something tells me this part is gonna be very annoying.
The hell, man.
Okay, there we go. Okay, not quite yet. Do I have to blow something up? I might have to blow something up. I'm not entirely sure. Yes. Okay, so I guess I wasted a lot of time there, but also nobody told me to blow shit up.
Yeah, I forgot that you had to blow that up.
I was like, when are we gonna get going, Meryl?
It's a checkpoint, Snake.
Here they come!
Ah!
You'll never make it. Snake, strike those guards.
I like how she just goes, we'll never make it, and then zooms ahead.
Here they come!
She's a pessimist. She just finished playing Last of Us 2.
A game that really truly does not sound like it should have come out at this time at all.
Right.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
This music, though.
Yeah, I would really love it if they had some self-awareness for this part, just to go like, could you die?
doesn't have like an overheating mechanic on the gun.
Yeah, that would be very frustrating. And also I can aim it without having to be in third person, because that made this part really annoying. But it also just makes this part hilarious because it's kind of playing out the way it should, which is the guy without the gunner is gonna lose.
Oh boy, here we go.
Look, Snake, daylight!
Are you okay? Damn.
Snake. Snake! Fox?
Die. If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel!
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 bombers have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I'd better not show my face around there.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
There's also a helicopter waiting for you at the Fox Islands.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay. Roy. Are you going to be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all of Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I'll look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Foxdie.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling's with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi?
I heard about my brother.
Frank wanted to tell you something. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought on sheer willpower until the very end.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace. My brother was already dying. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar land, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Foxdie too. What about me? When am I going to go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the Genome Soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that its genetic information houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm gonna choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from now on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to what will come. All life is tethered to the future. Loving each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or a reminder of the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. My survival instinct that tells me not to die. That's all the motive I've had in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name is David.
Okay, so where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
Hey, what are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us, too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
It's nice, isn't it? Being alive.
Come on, let's enjoy life.
In the 1980s, there were more than 60,000 nuclear warheads in the world at all times. The total destructive power amounted to one. Oh, okay. In January 1993, STAR 2 was signed to the United States and Russia agreed to reduce the number of deployed strategic nuclear warheads to 3,002. Okay. However, as of 2003, there still exists more than 20,000 nuclear warheads in the world. Well, they gave me more than enough time for that one. Alright. It's done. These credits, I'm so used to modern credits where they put in like maybe too much artistry, and this is just, here's the names. Here's this really like blank slate font. Game's done. We finished the game.
What I really like what I really like is that in whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars. So let's get to taking out the command one by one. Valus Tuark. From what I can gather, he leads the siege dancers from an Imperial land tank outside of Rubicon. He's well protected, but with the right team, we could punch through those defenses, take this beast out, and break their grip on Freehold.
Why are you quoting Destiny?
Just because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We played a Metal Gear.
I know.
I don't know how long these credits are. Probably not that long, because them 2004
they're longer than
games.
the original.
Well, yeah, but again, I'm used to modern day credits. This is not made by the size of a modern day game.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was
good, man.
Playing this is thank you. Playing this, like, even, but I don't know. I think I finished Metal Gear Solid 1 either in January or February. Maybe I should have given it a lot longer, because for so many of the cutscenes I was just like, oh yeah, I know. I did this like a few months ago. Because it barely deviates. It's just visually it's different.
Right.
So I was kind of having the opposite issue of fucking Final Fantasy VII, where I was just like, well, you know, I don't really need to pay attention that much. I can be on my phone for a lot of this, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
But now I'm excited that I can go on my journey now to Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm not broadcasting that. I'm gonna play it for my fucking self.
For my own self.
Yeah, because that one, I don't want to, like, I have the game. I don't want to emulate it.
Can't you use, like, a PlayStation emulator?
Probably, but I don't want to. Because I would rather just play it on the hardware that I have.
It's true.
And because it's not as much of a hassle as, alright, I gotta hook up the Wii to put this GameCube disc in. Instead, I have those games on my dumbass Xbox One, so I'll just play them there.
Oh, right on.
Because that's the only place where you can play it on modern hardware, which sucks. I think that's embarrassing. Konami.
I mean, that's their fault. They're stupid.
Yeah, it's like, Konami, I know you're not listening to me, but you would make money if you did a fucking decent port of your fucking games to a computer and to, I guess it would have to be upcoming hardware now, because it would be like, oh hell yeah, I can play these on the PlayStation 4 now. Great. Right when we're gonna have to get ready to put them away.
Well, I do like that they're not gonna necessarily make you upgrade right away, and when you do upgrade, you'll at least be able to carry your library over.
Yeah. There's a ton of people who like this, or the best is yet to come. Never struck with me. Like, it sounds nice, but I wouldn't just like sit down and be like, yeah, I'm listening to this.
Yeah, I'm not like breaking out into tears thinking about the first time I played Metal Gear as a kid. because of this song.
And same with the Metal Gear Solid 2 one. Like, honestly, the only one that'll make me go like, yeah, I'm here is Snake Eater. And that has a completely different energy. Like, it is not trying to accomplish what's going on here at all.
Look, Snake Eater is a celebration.
I mean, this is also a celebration, but in a very different way.
Right.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Yes. Yes, sir. Thanks to the vaccine. Yes, those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Foxdie should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, yes, Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes, yes, sir. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I understand. The surveillance will continue. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
My codename was probably Hyena because I ate a lot of rations. I continued 3 times because sometimes you mess up. I saved 6 times, and I barely remember doing it. I killed 47 people, and all of them were justified. Fuck 'em. I got an alert 13 times, because again, you know, you make mistakes. And I played on normal because I wanted to fucking finish this game, and it's not my fucking religion. Head on over to konamijapan.com/MGS_tits, and you too can see something, apparently. I got the camera and I got the bandana. I can save the game now. And then it'll be like, you did it. It's a red save for all the blood I spilled. Iruma's gone. He died off screen. So, I'm done. Everybody have a good one. I can tuck this game away and say I played it again. Goodbye.